bouncer, just shorter in nature of the length.
पाकिस्तान और श्रीलंका के दरमियान इस वक्त मैच खेला जा रहा है। ये मैच कराची नेशनल स्टेडियम में इस वक्त जारी है, जहां पाकिस्तान ने टॉस जीतकर पहले बैटिंग करने का फैसला किया है। पाकिस्तान का स्कोर इस वक्त 5 रन है। अगर आप इस मैच की लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग देखना चाहते हैं तो हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दें और साथ मौजूद बेल आइकन को भी प्रेस कर दें। बहुत जल्द आप इस वीडियो के साथ साथ लाइव स्ट्रीम भी देख सकेंगे।
Work away at one player. So he'll come back to Imagine. To the Centurion from Pindi. To the Centurion from Pindi.
He's staying very deep in the crease and likes to let the ball come onto the bat and play under his eyes. You talked about bowlers trying to swing it. Maybe it's also
पाकिस्तान और श्रीलंका के दरमियान इस वक्त दूसरा टेस्ट मैच जारी है, जहां पाकिस्तान ने अब तक 5.2 ओवर्स में 10 रन बना ली हैं। आबिद अली इस वक्त क्रीज पर मौजूद हैं, जिन्होंने 18 बॉल्स पर 4 रन बना लिए हैं, जबकि शान मसूद 5 रन बनाकर क्रीज पर मौजूद हैं। याद रहे पाकिस्तान ने टॉस जीतकर पहले बैटिंग का फैसला किया है। इससे कबल पाकिस्तान और श्रीलंका के दरमियान पहला टेस्ट मैच बारिश की नजर हो गया था।
Previous one of the one just gone was saying it reached 150. Interesting. Normally, you know that very fuller delivery is a quicker one, but this fellow does bowl a good back end of a length into the surface. There it is. Watch that one.
Cut shot, very
वार गेंद सीधा यॉर्कर के साथ गेंदबाजी, बहुत ही बेहतरीन गेंदबाजी।
He waits for that cut shot.
सीधा बल्ले से फिर से खेलते हुए सीधा गेंद मिड ऑफ पर
his energy and effort he brought to the crease for Sri Lanka. So that different build. Strong, stocky fellow. Quicker than you think. So the third slip's come out and gone under the helmet at short leg. So we've had another over completed, and Pakistan are 10 without loss here.
Start winning the toss and batting first. It's been absolutely fortress of Pakistan, Karachi, where they have ball in. Absolutely brilliant delivery. Went past the outside edge. He was playing at the line of the delivery. What a brilliant start for Vishwa Fernando in the over. Morning, Ramesh.
Morning, Roshan. Yeah, cracker of a ball. Yeah, beautifully bowled. That away movement, hustling the left-hander.
और इस वक्त आपको ब्रेकिंग न्यूज़ देते चलें कि शान मसूद बोल्ड आउट हो चुके हैं। शान मसूद 5 रन बनाकर बोल्ड आउट हुए।
Coming out under some pressure, Azhar Ali. We've spoken about he not being in the best of form, but he's coming in to replace Shan Masood, who's been done by an absolutely cracker of a delivery.
Six test matches, no form for Azhar Ali, and is decided to bat on a green pitch. So it's got to come to the party for Pakistan. Devilish ball. Really was seam bowling. Good time to get Azhar Ali in early against the new ball. That front foot went nowhere. Nowhere. Stuck in the crease and missed the line, missed the swing, the sideways move.
There was no stride at all. He just stuck in the crease, and that delivery was so good. A good tight line. Interesting to look at that dismissal from square leg, Ramesh. That will tell us. Look at his feet movement. Now, this is what you were talking about. He was going nowhere. He was stuck in the crease. Peach of a delivery and just stuck in the crease, the movement beating the outside edge.
When your back leg comes through, it means that your balance was off. If your balance was good, that front foot would have stayed where it was and the back leg would have been back in the popping crease, because he was kind of on the walk when he was looking to play that shape.
Well, the captain's gone. What an over this is turning out to be. Azhar Ali's poor run continues. The Sri Lankans will be celebrating. Absolutely peach of a delivery. Came back, went between bat and body.
Yeah, his disastrous run of form continues, or lack of form. He's okay, that back heel
Continues.
is behind the popping crease. He's bowled a couple of great deliveries here. Oh, play of the bat not helping Azhar Ali to play that ball properly. Gone for naught. Pakistan in a lot of bother against the new ball and against Fernando. 10 for
possibly Babar Azam in fine form. Had an excellent tour of Australia, brilliant 100 in the first test. Those numbers will improve. He's just under 40, but into his 25th test match. 300s, 1250s. Impressive young. It's turning out to be the first three. Here, 2 slips and a gully. Oh, that went down the leg side. Will improve.
He's due for a fall as well. Babar has been in great touch. Not in great touch as Pakistan's captain. Had no idea what to do about it. That ball hitting the seam and deceiving him completely. Off peg, out of the socket. And 2 great deliveries to start the show for Sri Lanka with the new ball.
It's got a man at short leg and also a short mid-wicket. Needs to be tighter. The first 2 deliveries have been fine, but take a look at these 2 wickets. Absolutely peach of deliveries. This is Shan Masood, who's done by the length at late moment. And then Azhar Ali.
Really pushing themselves forward, both batsmen.
It's a brilliant delivery. Just trying to get. Two. only logic as far as I could see, but let's see. Oh, got a bit of shape away from the right-hander.
Well, I think a batsman can become just a little bit more careful when you're facing up to this kind of a non-challenge in a way. And that can hurt your rhythm. You become just a little bit overcautious. So, not a bad plan from Karunaratne. Even if it is for change of ends, this may work.
The dibbly-dobblies, 2 slips and a gully. Wicketkeeper standing up. Punched. But certainly very well played off the back foot.
This is such good batting from Abid Ali, because he could easily have been a bit hesitant looking at the situation of the game. 2 down, should he be a little bit more careful? Worry about the situation, dig in, but what he has done so well so far is played his own game. Not worried about the situation. So if there is a little bit of width, and if he's good against that kind of length, he's going to go for it.
Yeah, I got to watch these kind of bowlers. They can lure you into a false sense of security and suddenly get you doing something different. But that's where I think the powers of concentration comes in. It also must be relaxing the batsman somewhat. Short delivery. He's not going to waste time. Abid Ali is quite willing to pounce on anything loose. Pressure. Went all the way or not.
You're talking about relaxing the batsman. It appears to be kind of a thigh massage for Abid Ali. He is quite relaxed, in the mood to dominate. Yeah, with that pace, you've got to get your length right. Has that gone all the way? It was a good hit. Trying to find out whether that hit the rope on the full or not. Doesn't hit a lot of sixes. Mazhar? Only 5 sixes for Abid Ali in over 100 first-class matches. So if this goes for 6, it's going to be a big event in his career.
Yep. Hitting a 6 in his second test innings.
Go on, give it to him. What's happening?
Six in his entire career of over 100 games.
Well, Sir Donald Bradman didn't hit a lot of sixes. And the way he started his career is... DG Bradman kind of start. 100 on debut and looking good in this innings. On 19, 2 down for 29.
Pakistan, it's a big moment. Karachi staging the second test match. And I think we've spoken so much about the cricketing culture that Pakistan carries, the cricketing history. I mean, talking to different people, the cultures, the histories, they just differ from city to city. It's so unique, particularly for someone that comes from a country like Sri Lanka. Vishwa Fernando continues. Where we don't really experience. Sri Lanka is a small island and they would have cricket basically centralized in the western province, but here you would see with provinces and regions, it's so unique and different cricketers been bred from those provinces. So the loyalty, the connection, it's just fantastic.
And let's not forget the women's cricket that is gaining a strong footing in Pakistan. They're currently playing in a series against England in Malaysia. Pakistan women's cricket team.
Punched off the back foot. That will run away to the boundary. Vishwa Fernando just dragging his length. As you said, Ramiz, he needs to be patient. He needs to stick to those basics, bowl around that off stump and bowl those lines and lengths. Don't try to get wickets. That's what he's trying here, trying too hard.
He is staying back in the crease. He's not committing forward. So just about the perfect angle and length for Abid Ali to hit it through the offside. He's a very strong back foot player. Sparkling in this little innings. 23 now from 36.
Helped along by that rather surprise bowling. Short leg's gone. 2 men out on the leg side boundary. Good leave.
It's quite interesting where he's standing because he usually is on the popping crease in his stance position, but I think he's made an attempt really to stay back. And the idea is on a green pitch, you need to pick the ball early and play as late as possible. So I guess what he's trying to do here is to play the ball as late, let it arrive, and he's got extra bit of cushion in regard to where he's standing. So that's good, smart cricket from him. Only a handful of sixes for Abid Ali in his first-class career. This probably is the 6th, if I'm not mistaken. In over 100 first-class matches that he had played, a lift over square leg for 6. Beautifully timed. Half wrecker, no problems.
He's watched it, he knows exactly where his off-stump is. Lankans were excited because I think it brushed the pad, but excellent lead, close to that off-stump.
Yeah, he's got a game plan. Absolutely outstanding stuff from Abid Ali because every batsman has a game plan according to the pitch, according to the conditions, the opposition's bowling form and strength. And he's worked out a method for him, and so far so good.
He's doing it well. Obviously, he's looking to survive against the likes of Vishwa Fernando. He knows that it's an important innings. So that's why I felt that Dimuth Karunaratne's over was a real gift at a time when Pakistan were in that survival mode, just making sure that they leave the ball, play as late as possible, get through this little session, go to drinks. That was really a lot of freedom.
Just got to control this now, Dimuth. He's made some serious inroads. Now need to cash in. Good tactics, good bowling spell, maintaining pressure on Pakistan for another hour or so would mean the difference.
The last ball of the over. Babar Azam. He's 4. He's faced 9 deliveries. Was there an inside edge? They're very excited. And given. He's referred it straight away. I thought I heard 2 sounds. That's why I felt there might be an inside edge. But this is a huge scalp for Sri Lanka.
TV umpire to director. We have a review for LBW. The original decision given is out. Can we start with the front foot first, please? It's a fair delivery. Can we move on to front one? Doesn't appear to be any bat involved, but can we just use Ultredge to confirm that? There's a spike as the ball is next to the bat. Satisfied that there is bat involved. I'm going to go back to Bruce on field. Bruce, I'm going to ask you to change your decision. You're on screen now.
Well, great relief for Pakistan all round. He survives. Good review. 34 for 2. And it is time for some drinks.
Want to see something that is bigger than the biggest? Massive hits, breakneck deliveries, flying catches, dazzling crowd. Experience world's grandest T20 league. Big Bash League. Live on 10 Sports. When two great warriors clash, with muscles trained to smash, their minds set to destroy opponents' every ploy. But the most lethal weapon in this combat will be the love in their heart. As King Kane and Super Steve are set for another battle, their love for cricket will prove their mettle. Domain Test Series, Australia versus New Zealand, 3rd Test. Live on 10 Sports.
Sony Picture Sports Network presents a blockbuster cricket league. Ravishing Rashid spinning great magic. Chris spreads his charisma on field. Finch packs another fiery punch. Archer ready for an amazing performance. Introducing the two all-time greats, first time in the Big Bash League.
Exposed yourselves. Now tell me about this fella. Slow left arm, but in terms of a flight, but a guile?
Yeah, he's on the tall side. 1 5-wicket haul that was on debut in South Africa in Durban. 4 wickets against New Zealand when they played down in Gayle. That, of course, we expect spinners to dominate. Bowls with a lot of control. Very nice and easy action. Yes, does flight the ball. I think he's got a great future ahead of him. This is a wonderful opportunity to close up one in. Don't think Karunaratne is expecting him to really make inroads now. It's about giving some control. So wish for Fernando and Lahiru Kumara can look to operate from the other. The two centurions from Rawalpindi. They are in together, and the partnership 24 of 27. Sri Lanka getting a little clumsy after picking up those 2 early wickets. Short leg in place. A slip. Expecting the ball to go on more with the arm. Into the right-hander. You can't bowl that length. Abid Ali is feasting on this short pitch bowling from the Sri Lankans.
Now we've shown you a lot of graphics and a lot of replays of Ahmed Ali playing this stroke. Yep. Doesn't matter, bat 1 or number 11. You want to put that away every day of the week. Set up nicely and got the treatment.
Oh dear, go pick it up. He's so quick to pounce onto that back foot. And he's loving it. He is loving it, Ahmed Ali.
Yeah, just what the batter wants. The guy releasing it, not so. Oh dear.
Just that push onto the front foot, and the moment there's a bit of length, quick to get back. It's a lot better. Lot better. You got to get him on the front foot. This partnership quicker than run a ball. Bit of turn, Danny. Bit of turn very early in the test match, and that's to do with moisture.
Well, there is that flight. You're mentioning Russ. It's much better. Certainly gave this the desired loop. Lovely.
Brilliant ball. And you get one of those you just expect to miss it. And that's exactly what Ahmed Ali did. Ahmed Ali, though, he knows his game inside out. He knows where his strengths are. He knows that he will put them away when it's in those areas. Looks to play the ball late. 42 for 2. Looking very, very good. Babar Azam also taking his turn. Survived an appeal. Was given out by Bruce Oxenford, but no hesitation. Went upstairs with the review. There was an inside edge. 7th over for Vishwa Fernando. He's got the ball to swing back. The other day, I remember, Danny, we were talking about left-arm seamers. And they need that ball to shape in. That's when they're dangerous. It really has happened ever so slightly, and that's enough.
Indeed, and I just think really in a way here, Karunaratne wants to attack more. He's only just got out there. He's on 4, only faced 11 deliveries. And I just can't help thinking that, man, a little bit closer on that drive. You really put some heat on and know that there are men in your eye line in catching positions to try and nibble him out early. You just have to, because he's in such good touch.
Yeah, the problem though, catching positions, yes, but when they bowl those short deliveries and they're put away, then the captain's instincts or the captain's mindset is to block those gaps. And hence you've got to take off fielders, and there go your catching positions. Even he's to blame, Dimuth Karunaratne, with his dibbly-dobbly seamers. More runs, nicely glided through that vacant area. The runs continue to flow for Pakistan.
Yeah, Fernando just slightly off. He's bowled some good stuff, but in between he's just been a little too full, and sometimes they're just a little too straight on off stump. So he's been picked off, but again, just highlights Babar and the touch he's in.
And how closely he watches the ball. He's expecting it to swing back in. It doesn't, but he's in such a good position. Can work the angle. So we mentioned catching positions and how the field needs to be spread. So they're down to 2 slips a gully. A fielder on the deep point boundary. It just doesn't help your cause when you start leaking runs like this. He's missed out, Babar. Just needed a tickle, and that was more runs. Abid Ali. All his boundaries, quick on the back foot and square of the wicket. Knows his strengths. That was the best of the shots. Waits and waits for them. Doesn't have to be too short, but gets into such good positions. Abid Ali, boundaries to this. A 6 and 6 fours. Look at where he's got them. All off the back foot and square of the wicket. So from a bowling point of view, or the bowling coach, he'll look at that and say that's bad bowling. Can't let batsmen hit you off the back foot, square of the wicket. I went on with the angle. Good ball to end the over, 46 for 2. Good toss to win, Danny, even though Pakistan have lost 2 wickets.
Yeah, I reckon so. You've got to bat first in these conditions. Overhead, forecast is good. And yeah, we've just been touching on it. Quicker men, slightly too short, haven't they? They've been punished square. Like that last one, even though a little bit too wide, at least it was fuller. Fuller and asking Babar Azam to drive and have a little bit of a lick at it. And Abid Ali, being such a shorter guy, yeah, you have to allow that lovely bit of shape to transpire if you can by getting it fuller.
Turn again. And sometimes on the first day of a test match, you do tend to find the ball spinning. The ball does swing. The reason for that is if there's a little bit of moisture underneath. When it dries up, the ball doesn't spin. Spinners will have to wait for a longer period till the wear and tear sets in. We'll keep an eye out and see if this tends to continue and will then you're getting turned. After being hit for those 2 boundaries, he's kind of found that area he needs to stay in.
Sri Lanka need him too, in terms of getting through overs for sure. That sort of stuff to get people out. That's what he'll be searching for, liking it.
In line with the stump, so he's going around the wicket and angles it in. There's a dry patch just there, right in front of the off stump. It's around there that the ball's turning. Nicely smothered by Abid Ali. Long stride in, 46 for 2. Oh, good to see. Sri Lanka having some support as well. Oh, in fact, they've been having quite a bit of support around the country. Pakistani fans extremely happy to see Test cricket back here. 8th over 4 wish for Fernando. Good batsman, got to dry them for runs. That's when they search for runs. Stay there and thereabouts, just on that dry patch. You'd wonder how can that happen on a pitch? But it's to do with the square itself. There was a little bit of a fungus, a disease, and in lots of areas the grass had died. And it's only close to the test match that the strips or the particular pitch is cut out. There happens to be one such patch just in line with the off stump, right in the danger area. So speaking to Aga Zaid, the national curator who we meet right around the country, said they're going to be experimenting with a new type of grass here because of this. At the moment on the pitch, in trying to negate the threat.
Yeah, it's the confidence of Babar Azam in terms of footwork and so fleet of it. It's almost like the batsmen are taking on the bowlers from the different ends. Fernando, only to Babar. Buldenia taking on Abid Ali.
So how are you going to go with? Going with Ambuldenia or Ambula?
Embers.
Oh, nice. Very nice. Waited for him to drift onto the pads. And he's just helped it on its way. Pakistan get to 50. Embers. That could be Ambrose.
Or John Embry. Okay. The line not so good here from Mbula. Not so happy. Seemed a little too short. And down. Thanks for coming.
But how good was that? He waited for it to go past him and then hit the back of the ball. Because if he'd just gone hard at it, he'd have found Vishwa Fernando in the deep. There we go. Awareness of where the field is. No. 52 for 2. Ought in to strengthen the batting at number 8 instead of Usman Shinwar. By Bazid that he does bowl leg spin. Match in just try. Lairu Kumar, change of ends. 4 over spell early.
Different pitch, different scenario, but you think about some bounces. Now, only the one bowled, so yeah, we'll just see what happens here in the next couple of to Abid Ali in particular up in Pindi.
That was also pretty late, Danny. Where he placed the short ball, I also expected more short pitch bowling, but they've only tried one and that just wasn't executed well. Went well over Abid Ali's head. But if you let that ball sit around his chest or waist, he's
the mix now that Kamara swapped ends. Maybe his rhythm, might be a little far in. As a bowler, he may have felt that it did feel like coming up the cellar steps a little bit uphill slightly. And throw into the mix as well that you've got from the pavilion end. And now he's having another go and swapping in. So you say he might loosen up a bit more. Feel good about things, change ends, change of opportunity for Kamara. Let's see if he can get that rhythm even sweeter. Bowling from the far end.
Clever batting. This is brilliant. Pakistan doing it nicely. started peppering him and very uncomfortable. Waits on the back foot because he pushes himself onto that front foot and he's very low. So when he sees the short pitch ball, it's kind of a jerk. It's kind of a jerk. He's got to be tested with well executed deliveries.
At mid wicket, come in under the helmet. Him in there and actually really start hustling it, because you're going to have a break soon, Russell. So just under half an hour. Will be the lunch in a gym.
In Rawalpindi, it was the 34th ball that Abid Ali faced when Sri Lanka bowled a bounce. It was after that they started peppering him. So here, not much happening. I thought batsmen feeling for themselves, the feet not moving as well. Oh yes, he went the other way. He went fuller. Good from Kumara. 53 for 2. Karachi when it's packed up. One of the Here's your mate Ambula. More runs, more runs. That's the length the batsman's waiting for. Oh dear, oh dear. Babar Azam.
Oh, embers. Again. And missing that length badly.
Quick rock back and waited. Good picky spot.
Come on, ball.
Karunaratne. The fact that he's not getting wickets, the second option, plan B, would be to gain some control in terms of how many runs he leaks. And there is some help, there is some encouragement. He's got to try and hit those spots. I like this better. Short leg under the eye line of the batsman on the offside. Because the ball's
and bounce, and man in there for sure.
Just a little bit of oh, brilliantly bowled. That was a little quicker.
Liking this. Yes, please.
That dry patch. That's where he got to stay. And Buldania 58 for 2.
Well, they're turning up in their numbers, 58 for 2. Still not a big crowd in, but they have a few. The numbers aren't great as yet. Second test match at Karachi. 2 slips and a gully. Critical partnership here for Pakistan. Just looking to get them out of trouble. They got a half an hour to go for lunch. Driven through extra cover. That was over-pitched. That will run away to the boundary. That will please Bazid Khan.
It'll please Babar Azam as well. 50 partnership comes up with that classy cover drive. Cover drive is one of the best in the world, and once you serve up full tosses to Babar Azam there's only going to be one result.
Well, I know that Russell and Danny spoke about the lack of bouncers. We've seen him looking to go for that full length delivery, but I think what is required is the right blend. He's been a little bit one way by going full and going for that length delivery, but we haven't really seen him mixing it up. That's an area. That's a partnership. 52 of 71. I see an improvement in Lahiru Kumara, because he used to generally have 2 lengths. He would be back of a length. He would bowl a lot of short deliveries to strike that length.
You said 2 lengths today. He's just had one. Test out that the pitch. These two, Babar and Ahmed, Sri Lanka will be tired of seeing them already. Short.
And this is Ahmed. And of course Babar. Don't forget Abid Ali creating Test history, being the first batsman on debut to get 100 in both the white. Extra pace, he can certainly check out the batsman, but he's got another man. Goes for the full length delivery. Sometimes it becomes a little bit predictable, isn't it, Bazid? Because you have 2 men out, and on more than one occasion you'll find the bowler looking for the fuller length rather than the actual expected bouncer.
Lots of fans. Rami.
So now you're not
popular.
Even you. You're not in Karachi, is
correct.
it? You're more Islamabad and Lahore.
Yeah, Karachi, not my city. And apparently they don't like me.
He's bowled with decent pace.
इमली की चटनी और मिंट मेयो का फ्यूजन KFC जिंगर आटा नो कंफ्यूजन ओनली फ्यूजन
There's been spin from on the pitch, and from that little dry patch, ball spinning away, and Buldenia getting spin and bounce.
Oh, yes, beautiful.
Roshan did the pitch report, came to the ground early, and we saw this dry patch. This is just outside the right-hander's off stump. Interesting thing is that left-arm spinner has bowled from this end. Yes, he's getting the ball to spin, but Pereira, experienced off spinner, will be more into play.
Sweeping it from his stumps. Yeah, that's a good option you're talking about, particularly just outside the off stump of the right-hander, where he'll get some spin back in. But having said that, they're using the left-arm spinner as an attacking option, and to his credit, that area looks dry. Whilst your point will have merit, I think Ambula hasn't done badly. It's just that his length has been a touch short, which has allowed the batsman to play off the back foot. What I like about this Buldenia is his run-up, his action, his delivery, the pivot. It's the perfect left-arm spinner. The orthodox left-arm spinner's delivery. Very economical in the approach. We would see Rangan Herath over and over again, bowling thousands of overs. We are quite used to that orthodox economical style of bowling. And if you take a closer look at Buldenia, he's very economical, very approach. He's been well coached at junior level. Quick run. Take a look, very economical, just off a few paces, and see how beautifully he pivots on that, and look where that back leg lands, almost in that perfect position in front of that front leg, which is what a coach would teach a spinner. 65 for 2. Pakistan breathing a little bit easier now with this partnership. Abid Ali 38 has looked good and solid, so has been Babar Azam. A lot of batting to come. Vishwa Fernando has been the best. Sensational one over when he dismissed Shan Masood and the captain, but since then Sri Lanka has been a little bit, I should say, shoddy. Karunaratne bowling an over, which I thought was a big surprise. Kumara strikes him. Is it in line now? Is it in line now? He's interested. Could be outside the line, could be an inside edge. But again, that length he's looking at, Lairo Kumara, looking to bring it back at the right-hander.
We've discussed this before. Abid bats deep in the crease. I reckon there'll be a slight inside, a big inside edge. But that length to Abid is good because look at his front foot. It's on the popping crease. So the fuller length works. It's on the crease. Babar Azam, he gets a stride in. So different lengths for him.
Yeah, it's an interesting point. You think it's something that he does out of deliberation, or is it just his style against the faster bowling?
I think it's just the way he plays. He bats very deep in the crease. He wants the ball to come to him. He doesn't want to go at it. And also he looks for that cut shot. So he gives himself more space.
Now that has to be close. It has to be close. It is given. That is a huge wicket. Now they're going to have a word. Delivery. Now he's referred it almost at the last minute, so we'll have to wait and see.
Decision given. It's a fair delivery. Can we move on to front on? Doesn't appear to be any bat. Can we just confirm that with the use of ultra edge? Ultra edge coming up. Appears to be clear. Gap between bat and pad and a flat line. Satisfied there is no bat. Can we go on to ball tracking? Ball tracking coming up. Stay with your original decision. I'll let you know when you're on screen. You're there now. Thank you.
Sri Lanka's ploy working, and the ploy was to bowl the full length to Abid Ali. And Lahiru Kumara has delivered it for them. Abid Ali goes for 38. Pakistan 65 for 3. Perfect timing from a Sri Lankan point of view, but not sure whether Asad Shafiq would like to come in with a few minutes to go for lunch. Pakistan in a spot of bother, 65 for 3. 25 50s, but what about an average? Under 40? Under 40.
Yeah, slightly. And also, he's not been able to stuck on the crease, that front foot on the popping crease, ball nips back in, perfect length. So it started off with a pretty full one. We is trying to aim, so he's trying to bowl full, but that length, as he gets it exactly right, nips back in. Once it misses the bat, there's no chance, because Abid Ali very reluctant to get forward.
Raj Shafiq on strike. Lahiru Kumar. So you made the point, reluctance to come forward. Obviously the Sri Lankans have worked on that. To find that delivery is full and on length. It's about the ideal delivery to challenge Abid Ali's technique.
Yeah, and with the two players, with Abid Ali does get forward, does go towards that ball, and maybe the length to him has to be slightly shorter. With Abid Ali standing deep in the crease and not getting forward that much, or not getting forward at all, you can afford to go fuller, and that's exactly what Kumara was able to do.
that full length delivery, which is good because he's just in. Feet not moving. It's a good length to bowl. 65 for 3. Well, this is a... He's batting at 5. That's where he hasn't done well. 5 and 7. He's just maintained his average in the other positions he's played. Critical face for Pakistan. Short leg in, slip in.
Oh, yes, yes.
Buldenia gets that length right. He's been played a lot off the back foot. With his height, he can get a bit of bounce if he could combine it with turn.
Love the spin. Love watching them bowl, and I've noticed this. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'll tell you the pecking order in cricket. It's the batsman first, then the fast bowlers, then the rest. So you've got to get that right.
What are you trying to say? You don't regard the spinners?
No, I do, but you are very partial to spinners. So we've been told to be very neutral when you're commentating, and we've not been told...
Neutral about teams.
About teams. We've not been... bowlers as well, because spinners is too partial there.
I think we should get you to write a code of conduct or something like that.
Oh,
Perfect.
yes.
Perfect. That will be the length he would look to bowl. And now he's moving that short leg to silly point, which is also good because he's spinning across. Very young Buldenia. He's very early in his career, so a lot to learn.
Oh, yes, Buldenia.
On these pitches, you need to push it a little bit quicker, Pakistan pitches, or just stick to that loop and trust. We'll talk about it next over. It is 66 for 3. Kumara continues. Oh, he wasn't in any control. That's great to see the adjustment by Lairu Kumara. To Abidali, I beg your pardon, but straight away he's dragged his length back, surprised him with a short ball.
Yeah, the bouncer. That, and we've not seen enough of this throughout this session. Pretty quick as well. Russell Arnold and Danny Morrison jumping.
Well, he can work up a good head of steam. He hasn't really been at top pace in this test match as yet. He bowled quite quickly in Rawalpindi, of course, on day 2. His average at Rawalpindi, I think, was quicker, but he will better that 150 mark as he gets prospects. Needs to nurture him well. One thing is he lets the batsman know that he is around.
Yeah, just about 5-6 minutes to go till lunch. Sri Lanka will right now be eyeing one more wicket for them. His team, little phase left before lunch.
And again, he's getting that ball to bounce. See, what is interesting about this over of Lahiru Kumar is he's been able to drag that length back, Basit. I mean, he's made the adjustment very well. He's looked to bang it, he's looked for some bounce. Why not a short leg? And handle one side uppishly. So, Dimuth Karunaratne with 2 overs to go, this over and maybe another one, can afford to have another. See that there is a lot of breathing space, extra cover, and that's punched. Not great work. Buldenia will come back. In fact, they ran 3, which is very good. Babar Azam would be happy to be off strike.
You said not great, you're just being polite there. Run after that and then misfield and then sort of amble back, and the batsman able to cross for 3. It's only gone about 3/4 the way to the fence. Short leg, and I think he's going to get one. Probably last ball for Kumar this session. So short leg in place for Asad Shafiq.
It's a good move. Obviously, Lahiru Kumar has the ability to get that ball to rise, the extra pace, so why not? Last ball, possibly his last ball before lunch. Would have been better had it been directed more at the batsman. He survived. 71 for 3.
Tell you one position that's gone out of fashion is the silly mid-off. And with Babar, we've seen him get the bat right in front of the pad. Make him then second guess his technique. And now for Asad Shafiq, they've now got a silly point.
Yeah, he's spinning it across, looking to find the outside edge. He still doesn't bowl a potent arm ball. I haven't seen him do that. He's generally bowled the orthodox left arm leg spinner. And he's also getting a bit of bounce, so Gayle might be a decent idea if he gets it right. He needs to get him pushing forward, getting forward, and that will be the point. He will struggle to negotiate the bounce because of that dry area as you were talking about.
Oh yes,
So important that he mixes it up in terms of pace. And 3 top wickets, that is. So he survives, and it's a very satisfying session for the Sri Lankans after Pakistan decided to bat first after winning the toss. For them.
Three wickets. A decent seam movement in this first session. Sri Lanka will be pretty happy as they go off for lunch. Fernando with swing back into right-handers. Wonderful over from him. And then Kumara getting rid of Abid Ali, the danger man. Babar Azam still there though, and looking solid.
The over rate not brilliant, just 24 overs. That's
पाकिस्तान और श्रीलंका के दरमियान इस वक्त खेल जारी है, जहां पाकिस्तान ने खाने के वक्फे तक 72 रन बना लिए हैं, जबकि उनके 3 खिलाड़ी आउट हैं। इस वक्त क्रीज पर बाबर आजम मौजूद हैं, जिन्होंने अब तक 27 रन बनाए हैं, जबकि असद शफीद दूसरी साइड पर मौजूद हैं, जिनका 1 रन से है। आखिरी आउट होने वाले खिलाड़ी आबद अली थे, जिन्होंने 38 रन बनाए। इससे कबल मसूद 5 रन बनाकर आउट हुए, आबद अली 38 रन बनाकर आउट हुए, जबकि अजहर अली भी सिर्फ 2 रन बना सके। पाकिस्तान और श्रीलंका के दरमियान ये दूसरा टेस्ट मैच इस वक्त जारी है, जो कि नेशनल स्टेडियम कराची में इस वक्त खेला जा रहा है। तमाम वीडियोज़ और अपडेट से बाखबर रहने के लिए हमारे चैनल को भी सब्सक्राइब कर लें और साथ मौजूद बेल आइकन को भी प्रेस कर लें।
over.
Abid Ali went on cutting and hitting through the offside. Babar Azam joined him, and at this stage it looked like Limut's experiment with medium pace didn't work. And Abid Ali was so good through the off. And Pakistan with Babar smashing through the offside as well. And then Abid Ali got struck right in front. A terrific delivery. Back. And the third wicket, really big wicket.
So that's the story of the morning session. The session clearly belonging to Sri Lanka with those 3 wickets. Pakistan going to lunch at 72 for 3.
पाकिस्तान और श्रीलंका के दरमियान दूसरा टेस्ट मैच इस वक्त कराची में जारी है, जहां खाने के वक्फे तक पाकिस्तान ने 72 रन बना लिए, जबकि उनके 3 खिलाड़ी आउट हैं। अभी तक 24 ओवर्स का खेल मुकम्मल हो चुका है। ये सेशन इस बार श्रीलंकन प्लेयर्स के नाम रखा। बाबर आजम इस वक्त क्रीज पर मौजूद हैं, जिनके 27 रन हैं, जबकि असद शफीक 1 रन बनाकर क्रीज पर मौजूद हैं। आखिरी खिलाड़ी जो आउट हुए हैं वो आबद अली थे, जिन्होंने 38 रन बनाए। बाबर आजम और असद शफीक के दरमियान इस वक्त 7 रन की पार्टनरशिप बन चुकी है। इससे कबल पहला टेस्ट मैच रावलपिंडी में खेला गया था जो कि बारिश की नज़र हो गया था। पहला टेस्ट मैच बारिश की वजह से ड्रा हो गया था, जिसकी वजह से दोनों टीम्स को 20-20 पॉइंट्स दिए गए हैं। ख्याल रखें ये टेस्ट चैंपियनशिप के मैचेस हैं जहां हर टीम को पॉइंट्स मिलेंगे। जीतने वाली टीम को 60 पॉइंट्स, ड्रा होने वाली टीम को 20-20 पॉइंट्स मिलेंगे, जबकि हारने वाली टीम को कोई पॉइंट नहीं दिया जाएगा। इस वक्त पाकिस्तानी टीम के 20 पॉइंट्स हैं जबकि श्रीलंकन टीम के 38 पॉइंट्स हैं। इस वक्त खाने का वक्फा हो चुका है। मज़ीद वीडियोज़ और अपडेट से बाखबर रहने के लिए हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लें, वीडियो को लाइक कर लें और सब्सक्राइब करने के बाद साथ मौजूद बेल आइकन को भी प्रेस कर लें। हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लें ताकि नई आने वाली वीडियोज़ आप तक पहुंचती रहें। और अगर आप मैच की लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग देखना चाहते हैं तो चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें ताकि हम मैच की लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग आपको दिखा सकें।